all of our new friends to our new class. This is how we do our morning meetings in my class. So every morning you'll start here and we'll talk about the date and we'll do some shapes and some numbers and get our day started together like this. So last week when we came to school, it was Friday the 13th, which we talked about just a little bit. Some people have some superstitions and think it's kind of spooky. We also celebrated Veterans Day last Wednesday. We talked about that and that was really fun. But now you've had 2 home days over the weekend. Okay, so let's put those up. The 14th was Saturday and then the 15th. Okay, when I count, I say 15. What comes next? 16. Okay, so today is Monday, November 16th, 2020. All right, let's get our day started by counting how many days we've been in school. So to do that, I'm going to add another straw over into my ones column. Now I cannot have 10 straws in my ones column. I know I have to group those together, and I know we're getting kind of close. So let's count our ones. See, estimate. Do you think it's going to be 10, or do you think it's going to be less than 10? Show me at home. Let's count and see how many straws we have in our ones column. And if it's 10, we've got to group them together and move them over to the tens column. So let's count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we can't have 10 in the ones column, so let's put these together and make a group of 10. All right, and then we know that they're 10 because we've just counted them. So I'm gonna take my rubber band and put these all together. And now I don't have to count every single one of them. They'll save me some time. When I count ones like this, I'll just count by tens and then keep counting my ones. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over to the tens column. Now we don't have anything left in our ones column. And let's count how many days we've been in school. Now, like I just said, we've counted all of these and grouped them up. And I don't have to count them one by one anymore, which saves me some time. Now I count these by tens because they're groups of 10 straws apiece. Okay, so count with me. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So you've been in school for 50 days today. Wow, that's amazing. That's halfway to 100. Let's make our number 50. To make the number 50, I'm going to look at how many groups I have in each pocket. Now, I don't have anything over here yet, so we're just going to leave that blank. For how many groups of 10 do I have, though? Let's count them. Now, this time I don't count them by tens. I'm going to count by ones since I want to know how many different groups I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 groups of 10 here. So I need to change this number to the number 5, not the number 4 anymore. Okay? Now how many do I have in my ones pocket? 0, not 9, 0. Okay? So now I have the number 50. I've built the number 50. 50 is 5 groups of 10 and 0 ones left over. That's what this number is telling me when I read it. It's telling me that there are 5 sets of 10, like we just did, and there are 0 ones left over, and that's the number 50. Now let's look over our number on our hundreds chart. So on Friday it was 49, and when I'm counting I say 49, 50. Now, I'm remembering that every time we flip one over on this column, it looks a little bit different. So what do you think that my number 50 is going to look like on my 100 chart today? Imagine it in your brain. When I hear 50, I'm thinking it's probably starting with a 5, and then there's no number after it. It's not like 52 or anything like that, 50. Okay, so it's probably a 0 after it. We just made it. There's your hint right there. What do you think it's going to look like? And do you think it's going to be black, or do you think it's going to be blue like the ones over on this side over here? It's blue! And there's our number 50. Read that number with me. 50, 50, 50. Good job. All right, so we've been in school for 50 days, and you can see that my 100s chart is halfway turned over. When we get to the 100th day of school, we'll be done with our 100s chart, so we'll have filled it in, won't we? All right, here's my penny. Now we have some new friends. So I'm not sure if you know the poem, if Miss Catherine had done the poem with them, but we have a funny little poem for our penny, and it goes like this. Penny, penny, easily spent, copper, brown, and worth 1 cent. Because a penny is worth 1 cent. Now this is a giant penny. Real pennies don't look like that. You couldn't put that in your pocket very long, could you? But it's big like this so you can see what it looks like. And pennies are the brown coins, and they're worth 1 cent. And soon we'll start learning about other coins as well. Now last week we added in some 3D shapes, right? We've added in all of our 3D shapes. So I'm gonna pull a shape out, okay? And I'm gonna hide it behind my back. And I'm gonna tell you about it, and you've got to guess which one it is, okay? All right, this is a solid shape. So when I'm holding it in my hands, there's some space, okay? And I can feel that it's got two ends are circles, and then the rest is rounded. And this one's kind of long and a little bit skinny. It's kind of the shape of a soup can that's been stretched out. Do you know what shape I'm holding? A cylinder. Did you guess a cylinder? Now this cylinder is called a solid shape because when I'm holding it, do you see that there's space in between both of my hands, right? Now each side of each face end of a cylinder are circles. He's got two circles, and then the rest is just rounded around. There's no faces right here on this part of it, okay? And here's my cylinder. All right, now a cylinder could also look like this, couldn't it? Short and fat. That looks a little bit more like a soda can or a soup can. Those are cylinders in real life. Here's a circle, okay? And that's what the ends of the cylinder are. And you can see when I hold the circle in between my hands that it is flat like a pancake. That's because this is a 2D or a flat shape, okay? It's not solid or have any space. When you hold a flat shape, it looks like this, okay? Do that at home. These are for all my flat shapes. Let's look at all of our shapes. I've got them all right here. And we're gonna start with our flat shapes, okay? When you see it, call it out. What is this? Rectangle, hexagon, circle, triangle, square. All right, now let's look at our solid shapes. Pull them out there right here. Okay, now the solid shape has like the dotted line on the picture to show that there would be space if it was a real one, you know, but for a picture they can't. That's how they show that it's solid and it would have space. What shape is this? Cone, cube, cylinder, that's the one we just did, and sphere. You can see that dotted line very faintly right there, okay? Now, today our number of the day is going to be bigger than 10. So before I do it, I want to look at our dot cards. I want you to call them out at home, and then I'm going to talk to you about our special number of the day and how it's going to be a little bit different today. So we're just going to look at our dot cards, and then we're going to talk about our number of the day. Are you ready? 5, 0, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 6, 10, 7, 9. All right, now those are our dot cards, but they're not our number of the day. Today, I want to show you this number, the number 11. Can you say that number? 11. Now when I look at the number 11, this picture right here, this is what it's showing me. It's showing me these base 10 is what we call them. 10 rods is what I like to call them. It's just shorter, okay? And I'll show you what they look like in real life. So if you're in the classroom, we would be playing with these some, okay? This one is just one little cube, isn't it? It's a cube, that's a shape. This one, if you look, it has 10 cubes stacked up together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So every time I see this, it's kind of like when we do our straws that are already looped together. I know that this is 10. I don't have to count every single one. Ones that look like this are 10, and the ones that look like this are 1. Okay? Now, when I look at the picture of 11, I can see that there's one group of 10, one 10 rod, and one on its own. That's because 11 is 10 and then one more. See that? 10 and then one more. Oh, look at that. There's a 1 in the 10 spot to show me there's one group of 10, and then there's a 1 in the 1 spot to show me there's one left over. That's 11. Can you say that again? 11. And that's our number of the day today that we're going to go do right now. So click to the next page and watch me do number of the day.